Do have more on the breaking news that we brought you at the top of our newscast. The LA City Fire Chief and Mayor Bass not appearing at a news conference together this hour after the chief went on the air saying the department is understaffed and underfunded. We have been investigating claims that many of the department's trucks are not fit for service. And KCAL's Jeff Nguyen is live in downtown LA with what he's uncovered so far. Jeff?
So, Pat, in terms of the status of Chief Kristen Crowley, for now, the mayor's office tells us that Chief Kristen Crowley is still with the LA Fire Department, but they are not elaborating as to whether she is still the chief or what function or what capacity she is in. As you mentioned earlier, the chief did talk to the media and talked about the need for more staffing and more resources at the department, and at least one council member does agree with her, and here's why. Take a look at this video that we captured earlier today. This is what we found. You are looking at dozens of LAFD apparatus at what's known as the boneyard. Now, we're talking about things like fire engines, ambulances, and ladder trucks. This is essentially a maintenance yard. The reason we bring this up is because we found a budget request in which LAFD Chief Crowley wrote to the Fire Commission. Here's the quote. The LAFD emergency fleet is in constant state of disrepair, attributable to years of deferred maintenance, deferred vehicle replacement, and the lack of resources for adequate staffing and replacement parts. In addition, in May of last year, a restoration request from the city administrative officer said that 89 out of 584 apparatus were out of service. So plainly, that is 15% of the fleet. We had planned to ask the mayor whether those numbers have improved and whether about 100 apparatus would have made a difference in the Palisades fire, but we didn't get a chance to do that because the mayor was a no-show. Again, the budget request was in the writing of Chief Crowley, and in that writing, she said that the department needs to fill 16 positions to have enough people in maintenance to keep enough fire engines and ambulances on the road. We did attend a fire commission meeting last month, and Councilmember Tracy Park was there. She has been screaming about this problem for about a year now, and she says that she went to the boneyard on New Year's Day, and this is what she found.
I've been talking about this for well over a year now. There are almost 100 fire engines and fire trucks and ambulances sitting over at the boneyard, million-dollar apparatuses out of service because there aren't adequate mechanics to fix them. The scale of those vehicles just sitting there, rows and rows and rows, with weeds growing up around the tires, is infuriating.
So again, according to the communications department at City Hall for the mayor's office, they are telling us that Chief Crowley is still a member of LAFD. However, they will not tell us in what capacity. I did get a text message from one of the spokespersons from the communications department, and the text message reads that the mayor and chief met. The priority remains fighting these fires and protecting Angelenos. So right now, we do not know anything beyond that other than the mayor's office saying that Chief Crowley is still a member of LAFD. That's the latest on what we have, and Pat, we'll send it back to you.
Okay, I just want to take it a bit further. She's still a member of LAFD. We assume she's still chief?
Well, I think the best thing for us to do is to not to make any assumption. I pointedly asked the mayor's comms department whether she is still chief or she is functioning in a different role. And right now, I have not gotten an answer. And so to be fair, we're going to wait for the answer, and, we won't speculate in any sort of way. But hopefully we can get some more context. But certainly some schism. I will tell you that the folks from the firefighters union, this is something that they have been talking about quite a bit. And, during that fire commission meeting that we attended about a month ago, people were talking about a study that was recently done. Now, the national average for the response time in most cities, major metropolitan areas, is about 4 minutes. Here in the city of Los Angeles, it's pushing 8 minutes. So the response time in Los Angeles is nearly double of what the industry standard is. So we are well behind other metropolitan areas such as San Francisco and Atlanta and places like that. And this is something that the chief has been trying to highlight. Ross had talked earlier about the budget issue, but it goes beyond just budgeting. It goes to how many wheels they can get on the road, how many vehicles they can get out there. And, certainly we asked Councilwoman Tracy Park whether, an additional 100 apparatus, would it have made a difference earlier this week? And she didn't want to speculate, but what she did say is it wouldn't have hurt, right? The more would have been, the better.
All right, we just want to have not only fairness as always, but accuracy. So the accurate quote is the Chief Crowley is still a member of LAFD. All right, thank you so much for that reporting, Jeff.